like branches that are called dendrites. Dendrites project off of the cell body and they're receivers of information. So they're like these receptors just waiting to pick up, they're like antennas, waiting to pick up signals. And it picks up these signals and it brings it into the cell body. Here. These receptors, the dendrites, are going to synapse. For our motor neurons, they synapse with sensory neurons. Why is that? Why doesn't it synapse with other motor neurons? So information comes in through what neuron? Information comes in through what type of neuron?
Sensory.
Sensory, right? So let's say I'm looking at something, information comes in through the sensory, and let's say a ball is flying at my face. What's going to happen? The sensory information is going to come in through here and integrate into the cell body, and it's going to send some information out through the motor neuron so that I can like move out of the way. So this picks up the incoming information, whether it's from my eyes or it's from your skin, like touching or something like that, or if it's from your joints moving. Information comes in, they connect, the sensory neuron sends the information to the dendrites that goes into the cell body, and then it's going to go out through the motor neuron. Where it goes out of the cell body of this motor neuron is called an axon. So these are the axons. It goes out, and then from there it can just spread out to wherever it needs to go. These right here, these kind of ends are called terminal ends or terminal branches, and so we'll allude to that later. So every motor neuron has a cell body that goes out through one axon and then can go out through thousands of different terminal branches. And we'll talk about what that is in a minute and why that's important. The axon is the part that actually goes out of the spinal cord. And the axon can be really, really, really long. Because the axon can actually go from your spinal cord all the way down through your toes. Right? That's how long an axon can be. It could be up here and go all the way out through your fingers. So an axon can be short or it can be really, really long. Just depends on where it's going to. So the cell body and the dendrites are in the anterior horn. This axon then comes out, and that's the part that goes out and goes somewhere into your body. And where do these go out of? Remember from anatomy? If we had horns, and coming out of the horns are roots, which root would it come out of?
Anterior root.
Anterior root is also known as the
Sensory.
ventral root of the spinal cord. So anterior horn is where the cell bodies and the dendrites are. The ventral root is where the axon comes out of and goes to wherever it needs to go in the rest of the body. And then there could be thousands of these terminating branches going